NATO's Allied Rapid Reaction Corps needs to be able to deploy its headquarters in just 14 days. Its personnel usually train in the UK, but this year the team have gone abroad, setting up their command centre at an airbase in Latvia. Exercise Arcade Fusion allows the headquarters to train alongside its Baltic colleagues at a time of shared security concerns. Around camp, the flags fly at half-mast after last week's attacks in Paris. With fears of repeat terrorism and increased militarisation from neighbouring Russia, commanders hope training like this will reassure and leave personnel better prepared.
It's quite an unstable period at the moment, and we just look back to see what's happened in France. Multifaceted, the threats. So certainly for the headquarters, we don't just stick with one threat. We now look at our scenarios, we change our scenarios. So this is the third major exercise we've done in 18 months, because we've got to be prepared for whatever NATO might ask of us, because we are a high readiness headquarters.
There were 1,700 personnel taking part in this exercise, spread across 4 different countries, including Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia and the United Kingdom. But it's here that they're testing out the strategic planning side of things. In these tents behind me, they're running through various different scenarios and threats, so they can test out the military response without putting troops on the ground. The planning here is extensive, covering fictional security threats to humanitarian crises. 40 personnel are going through the scenarios in their own simulated online environment. But outside, there are many others involved. It's been a huge logistical effort to get to Latvia, shifting 96 tonnes of infrastructure from Gloucester and setting up the entire signals network from scratch.
Literally dozens of aircraft to support us, but most of the heavy kit always moves by sea and by rail or by land. And that was then dispersed across thousands of miles to about 6 different locations across the 3 countries. That took us the first 10 days or so, and then we got underway with the build.
Force protection for this exercise is run by members of One Rifles. They've been joined by a detachment from the 2nd Battalion, the Royal Gurkha Rifles, who've had to spend their Desai and Tihar festivals away from home to be here. But this hasn't just been an army tasking. 846 Naval Air Squadron have brought 2 of their Merlins to provide flight support.
It's a new experience, this exercise, for myself. Been on CHF, Command Helicopter Force, for about 5 years, so this is the first major time that I've worked with the Army in a foreign location, so it's a very good experience for myself.
It's been quite good actually, dealing with the weather as well, so it's been cold and wet rather than hot and dry that we're used to sometimes.
NATO's Air Command and Control Unit has also been deployed from Italy to carry out its own training. This DARS system is just one of NATO's tools used to pick up radar feeds and monitor the skies overhead.
Okay, the DARS is NATO's deployable air command and control unit. So around me here we have various operational shelters, communication shelters, satellite comms, tactical data links, which we bring all together to be able to produce a recognised air picture for our area of responsibility and control aircraft within that.
Commanders from across the NATO alliance have been following this exercise closely, and with good reason, because by 2017 the UK will be the lead nation in NATO's Very High Readiness Task Force. They hope that what goes on here will help prepare for that role, strengthening partnerships and planning skills along the way. Carla Prater, Forces News in Latvia.